Welcome back.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Jamie.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Hanging Out with Mark and Jamie.
Today we're doing something different. We're asking passersby a question. What decision did you make in your life, good or bad, that had a profound effect in your life?
Hi, I'm here with Al and Pat. Al, do you have an answer for our question, which is, what's the biggest decision you ever made?
Yes, I do. The biggest decision I made was the decision to retire.
Wow.
And it was very difficult to make that decision.
And how did you come about that decision?
Well, I waited long enough and stalled for a long time. And with a lot of coaxing from my wife, who happened to be already retired, and was active during the day, I decided, well, I should retire too.
Any regrets?
No, not really. I'm very happy I did it. I'm kind of sorry I didn't do it earlier.
That's great. You get to enjoy a day like today, don't you?
Oh,
Right in the middle of the
yeah.
day.
Every bad day, I think, oh, it's not a weekend, I don't care. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, Al, thanks a lot for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm here with my friend Mark. And you are?
Matt,
Matt, and where are you from?
from here originally.
From Minneapolis?
From Minneapolis, southwest Minneapolis.
All right, Matt. You saw a question about making a decision?
Yep.
What's your best decision or worst?
It was a difficult decision. From here originally, I moved out to LA after college to work in film and TV. Lived there for about 17 years, and at a certain point had just gotten really burnt out working 80-hour, weeks. Having very little time in LA to date is hard enough, and then having no time at all, it makes it even more difficult. And so I made the decision to move back home again. My brother and his wife had a child, so I was an uncle now, and I wanted to be closer to them. So the same year that I decided to move home, I got nominated for an Emmy, got to go to the Emmy Awards.
Wow.
Overall, it was a good decision. I'm feeling living a healthier life, a more modest life than what I had, and and it's a beautiful day today, so I'm happy for that.
What did you get? What were you nominated for?
I was a music editor, and so I worked on the new Roots miniseries.
Oh, really?
The one that came out in, 2014?
Okay.
And so the whole sound team got an Emmy nomination for that one. Ironically, we lost to Fargo.
Okay.
The TV show Fargo.
Okay.
And so, but it was fun. Got to go to the Emmys, brought my brother and my dad as our +1 and 2, so got to go to the after party and everything else. So it was fun, but it was that same year I had made the decision.
Sure.
I'm done. I need something else. I served my time in LA and I'm ready for something
Right.
else.
We're in the presence of a luminary here. All right. Well, thank you for answering.
Yeah,
for
you're
us.
welcome. Thank you.
I'm here with Meredith. And Meredith, you saw the question, and do you have an answer for us?
Yes, so my answer would be I committed to a master's program in mental health counseling, and I started in September last year, so I'm 2 semesters in. It was just a big decision because, like I said, it's 3 years, it's a longer program, which is quite a commitment. But I wanted to do mental health counseling, and you need a master's for that, not a bachelor's, so thought I better do it.
And how are the classes going so far?
Good. It's been a mix of online and in person, but I'm learning a lot and I like all the material. Versus undergrad, it's not like you do generals, you get to do stuff you're actually interested in. So, yeah.
Well, Meredith, thanks a lot for sharing that with us
Sure.
today.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm here with my friend Mark, and your name is?
David Peterson,
David, and where are you from?
St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
All right, David, you saw the question about decisions. What's your answer?
All right, the biggest decision I made, I'm a distance runner, been a distance runner for many decades. Made a distance decision very early, start the race slowly and build as the race progresses. And over the years, over the decades, it's worked out very successfully for me. I've run behind JV runners at the beginning of a race, and at the end, ended up winning the race. So very successful, and very glad that I made that decision.
So you looked at different options, and that was the best one for you,
That's right.
and it worked out.
That's right. It's not how fast you start, it's how you finish the race.
That's right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
All right, you're very welcome.
Hi, I'm here with Lisa. Lisa,
Hi.
you saw the You saw the question?
I did. I saw the question.
And what is your answer to the question?
My answer is moving to Minneapolis is probably one of the biggest decisions I've made in my life.
Okay, and from your accent, I can tell you didn't maybe grow up in the U.S.
Right.
Where did you move from?
I moved from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah, it's a big move. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're happy?
Yeah, we're happy. We struggle over the winter, but we've kind of learnt to love the seasons. And so today I'm out walking because I love the blossom trees and
Beautiful
I want
day.
to take photos of them. So if the sky lets me, I'm going to stop and take some photos.
Well, hey, thanks for stopping. Thanks
No
for sharing that
worries.
with us today.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, have a good day.
Thank you. You
Okay.
too. Well, I'm here with Sophie. And Sophie, did you see the question?
Yes, I did.
And you have an answer for us?
Yeah, so my answer would probably be, I'm only 22, so I'm still pretty young. So I think I'm going to graduate in the next couple weeks. So my biggest decision I think I've made would be where I'm going to work after college. So I'm going to be working full-time at Best Buy in their corporate office. So that would probably be one of the biggest decisions I've made so far in my life. Probably got many down the road though.
In Ridgefield? You're going to
Yep.
work?
Well, probably remote for a bit, but I think it's going to be like a little mixed action there.
And what do you think you'll be doing?
I'll be doing finance there. So
Finance.
yeah,
All right.
business route.
Yeah, well, exciting times for finance, I'm sure.
Yep, very
Yeah,
exciting.
All right. Well, Sophie, thanks for stopping and sharing that
Yeah,
with us.
thanks for listening.
I'm Jamie, here with my friend Mark, and we have Sophia here today. Sophia, are you from Minneapolis?
I am not. I'm from Nebraska.
Where in Nebraska?
Lincoln.
Okay. I know the stadium in Lincoln has got a great big N on it.
Correct.
And you know what that's for?
What?
Knowledge.
Yes, it is.
Sophia, you saw our question. What's your answer to the question?
The biggest decision that I've made in my life was deciding to join the Peace Corps. So
And when did you do that?
I did that in 2017.
And did you go someplace?
I did. I was in Guatemala until we were emergently evacuated because of the pandemic.
Oh, so you were down, what, for 2 years then?
I was almost done. I had a month left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a good decision?
It was phenomenal in so many ways. It was, like you said, N for knowledge. You learn not only so much about yourself, but a lot about your role in the world and the people around you.
Very impressive. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yep. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm here with my friend Mark. And you are?
I'm Nikki.
Nikki, and where are you from?
I grew up in New Jersey, actually, but I'm actually originally from Minnesota.
Okay. And you saw our question? What's your decision?
So my biggest decision I've ever made in my life was to follow a friend out to Madison, Wisconsin. And I met a lot of people that I wouldn't have met otherwise, and I discovered some of my passions that I didn't know I loved. Like I found mountain biking, and that is just such a beautiful sport, and I found mountain climbing. So.
And did that lead to career choices?
I originally got a job in Madison, which I kind of took as like a sign from the universe to go out there. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's meant to be. And that job opened up a lot of doors for me, and then ultimately kind of directed me to go into the nonprofit industry and into public media, which I also love. So it was a great beginning.
That worked out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you. Nice meeting you guys.
You too.
Hi, I'm here with Corey. And Corey, do you have an answer for our question?
Yes, I do. I certainly do. A very important decision I made in my life was at the age of 25. I bought a bike and I learned how to build it, take care of the tires, the gears, the chain, and maintenance. And I was able to be healthier. My heart was healthier, my muscles toned up. I wasn't inside a gym working in a little box with sweaty people and germs. And here in Minnesota, so many great bike paths that you can use.
Oh, no doubt.
And you can enjoy so many beautiful locations and scenery. You bring your camera, you bring a date, you bring your family, and maybe have a picnic. But I would say buying a bike changed my life because I don't have to go to a car shop and have people halfway do the job and pay me so much money and rip me off for not really completing the fix-up. But you know, God bless them. They're doing their job. But to me, it's like the bike was the big answer, and I've been happier ever since. And I'm surrounded by a lot of other people who buy bikes, and I'm sure you have a bike.
I have
as
a
well.
bike, yeah.
Do you like to bike
I
as
do.
well?
I love it, and I think it just adds a camaraderie.
Yes, yes.
So
Awesome, awesome. Well, maybe I'll see you on the bike path someday with you and your family.
you just might.
We'll do a little racing.
Well, and thanks for stopping and sharing that with us today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking. Get a bike, everybody.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm here with my friend Mark, and your name is?
Michael Keller,
Michael, and where are you from?
right here in Uptown, Minneapolis.
All right. Michael, you saw our question about decisions. What do you got for us today?
Well, certainly a decision, that's for sure. So I am most recently a CEO from Pearson Candy Company, and before that a Chief Marketing Officer with American Dairy Queen.
Okay.
And I have chosen not to return to the corporate world and instead chose to write a children's book called The Legend of Jet the Gerbil, which could be the greatest gerbil story ever told.
Okay.
And it just was released last week, literally,
Oh,
on
my
May
goodness.
3rd.
Oh, you just
So
came out.
Just came out, so I'm in week number 2. So I am, in theory, a children's book author now.
Okay.
And that decision will either be a very good one or maybe not such a great decision.
Oh, sure.
We'll find out soon enough, but it was a passion project I
Okay.
wanted to put out in the world for my father, because the book is dedicated to him. But it turned into a little more than that, as things usually do with me. And
Sure.
so now I'm trying to figure out, should I be living the life of a children's book author, or do I need to decide to do something else with my life at this stage?
Isn't that fun? And it's Jet, J-E-T?
J.E.T., The Legend of Jet the Gerbil, a true story based on what happened to my father and I with my pet gerbil growing up. And in a case where truth is stranger than fiction, you could not even make up what happened to my father and Jet and I. But I won't spoil it.
All right.
You have to go buy a copy of Jet the Gerbil on Amazon or jetthegerbil.com.
We will do just that.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You bet.
That was fun.
Hi, I'm here with Karen. And Karen, do you have an answer for our question?
Yes, I do. The question is, what's the biggest decision I've made, good or bad? And my decision to move to Hawaii after I retired, left my husband behind, we're still married, and moved in with my daughter and granddaughter, and I worked at my granddaughter's elementary school. They needed a teacher for a year. I had just retired, and that was the capstone of my career.
And were you teacher by profession?
I was a teacher and administrator in Minneapolis Public Schools.
All right. And,
Right here.
and where in Hawaii did you go?
Kauai, Garden Island.
Oh, Kauai.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And what's the coolest thing about Kauai?
Oh, what's the coolest thing about Kauai? Oh, the beauty. It's just so beautiful, so laid back, and the surf is beautiful, the bays are gorgeous, the beaches, you know, to go swimming in the clean water and to take a boat down the coast and enjoy the scenery is just a treat. And it's something you can just do in a day, just get out of the house and go.
Now you're back here. Are you just visiting?
No. I've moved back for a few years, been back a few years already, so sorry.
Hawaii is a beautiful place.
Yeah,
I have
it's
been
good
there,
to
and
see.
I would highly recommend it to anyone, for
Yeah,
sure.
I would too, and I'd recommend living there a little while, spending some time and doing the hikes.
Yeah,
It's pretty fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us today.
Well, thank you. Thanks for asking.
I'm Jamie, here with my friend Mark, and you are?
I'm Heidi.
Heidi, and where are you from?
St. Paul originally, but now I live here in Minneapolis.
And who's this one with you?
Moses.
Moses?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You seen our question?
Yep.
What do you got?
Well, when I was 25, after having a 4-year degree in exercise science, I decided to go back to pursue a dream of getting a cosmetology license. So I went to the Veda Institute when I was 25 and did that. And now I have my own hair and makeup company where I do hair for weddings. And it's been 13 years since I went and did that. And it's kind of changed my career trajectory. And I love it. It's great.
What's the name of the company?
139 Hair by Heidi.
139.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the address?
No, it comes from a psalm in the Bible based
Oh.
on being fearfully and wonderfully made. So being a aesthetic. Okay. Having a business that is aesthetic, I wanted to make sure I knew that what I was doing is helping people feel beautiful on the inside too for their wedding day. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Wonderful.
He has a really big Batman, and his name is Big Batman.
It's a big bottle drink.
I don't know what he's saying.
Okay.
I bought a drink. I bought a drink. I bought a drink.
Thank you. I think you got your
Thank
drink.
you. I'm glad you came. Thanks for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
I'm Jamie. I'm here with my friend Mark. And you are?
Laura.
And Laura, are you from here?
I'm from Minneapolis.
All right. And who else do we have here with us?
Junebug.
Junebug?
Yep.
Happy to be with us. Decisions, what do you got?
I made the decision to get my master's in nursing, and I did that 2 years ago. I graduated, and about 10 months later, the pandemic hit. So now, over half of my nursing career has been during a pandemic, which I didn't even know was a possibility when I signed up for school. So.
Okay, and of course, has that been good or bad?
It's been both. It's been very hard, but I've been very happy to support my colleagues and other healthcare workers during the pandemic. I work in pediatrics, so it's been a blessing to be in peds during the pandemic. And I've gotten to reach out to a lot of really wonderful people and meet a lot of really cool kids. So overall good, I would say.
So it sounds like you made the right path choice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jamie. Here's my friend Mark. And you are?
Anne.
Anne, and where are you from?
Colorado.
But living in Minneapolis? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And you?
I'm Audrey.
And you're living in Minneapolis also?
Yeah.
All right. And you saw our question on decisions.
Yes.
What was your decision?
Well, after the first year that we had the polar vortex, we decided we couldn't live in such a cold climate anymore. So we moved to Austin, Texas. And we lived there for almost 3 years, and definitely the decision I regret most.
Was moving to Austin?
Yes.
Too hot?
Hot, snakes, scorpions, guns, rednecks, trucks. Yeah, did not fit in that culture at all.
All right, so you moved back to Minnesota. And that was the good decision. The bad one was going, the good one was coming back.
Yes.
All right. And you?
I agree with her.
You're glad to be back in Minnesota?
Yeah.
And are you in school?
Yes.
Is it better to be in school here or there?
Definitely here.
Definitely?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Hey, I'm here with David. And
how's it going?
It's going great.
Great.
It's a great day.
Yes, it is.
And David, do you have an answer for our question today?
Yeah, one of the biggest decisions of my life was at a time when everyone or all of my peers were choosing to go down the corporate route, and I was also in it to give that all up and pursue something that was passion driven. So it's been 6+ years now, and now I'm riding motorcycles around the country and just creating social media for different companies. So it ended up being a very scary decision, but one of the best decisions of my life.
So that's your own business?
That's my own business. Now I get to walk my dogs in the middle of the day, and
that's great.
You know,
yeah,
work on my own schedule. So yeah, I'm stoked about it.
Well, David, thanks a lot for stopping by and sharing that with us.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
having me.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. That work out?
Hi, I'm here with Cheryl. Cheryl, do you have an answer for our question today?
I do. I think the biggest decision in my life probably came from my mom, who said, do what you love, get a job that you love, something you really enjoy. And I've always loved little children and started babysitting very young, and went to college and got 3 different degrees in child development, early childhood ed, and parent ed, and I taught for years in the preschool level. I had home daycare when my kids were little, and now I am in my last job of my life. Then I'm retiring, but I'm nannying.
So
and I have a...
This one isn't yours?
She's not mine. She's 5 months old and the sweetest family and the sweetest little girl ever. So I'm very happy with my decision.
Yeah, it sounds real fulfilling.
Yes, it has been. It has been. I hear from former students who found me on different social media from, well, 30, 40 years ago, which has been fun, and kept in touch with a lot of parents, and so, yeah, it's been really good.
That's great. Well, Cheryl, thanks a lot for sharing that with us today.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm Jamie, here with my friend Mark, and you are?
My name is Ellen George. I am originally from Liberia, but I migrated here to America in 2004.
Right.
And I'm Anna, and I'm from Minneapolis.
Wonderful. You saw our question about decisions. What have you got for us?
Well, one, this is my best friend. And it would be after graduating high school. I was contemplating if I wanted to go the conventional route of university, and I really felt the Lord called me to missions, and I just jumped with like 100% trust in the Lord, and He provided all the money that I needed, and I was able to go to the Philippines, and not only the Philippines, but come back and go to South Africa, and I think I came back with a lot of purpose and fulfillment, so it was the best decision of my life.
And it's interesting, both Ellen and I's decisions kind of intertwined together. When we were sophomores in high school, we went through this organization called YWAM, and we were both like, we're going to do YWAM.
As a joke.
Kind of as a joke, you know, we're young. But yeah, I decided to do missions as well. I did outreach in Papua New Guinea and Australia and Mongolia. And then I came back home for a year, and now I'm doing additional training in Hawaii through the same program. So yeah, I guess the reason why it was the biggest decision that I've ever made is because, you know, I decided not to go to college as well and take a leap of faith knowing that that's what God wanted me to do. And He provided, and it changed my life. It introduced me to new cultures. I feel like the Lord has really spoken to me on what He wants me to do in my future. And I think it's good, you know, maybe to not go to college and to do something different. And, you know, yeah, it changed my entire life. The Lord has been really
just
good.
Opened up so many vistas for you.
Yeah,
you know, the cultures and the countries, and maybe you appreciate Minnesota better, maybe not. I don't, you know, maybe you want to go somewhere else. I don't know, but it sounds like you both made a great decision.
Yes.
And you're very happy with your decision.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's important.
Yes.
Well, both of you, thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I'm Jamie, here with my friend Mark, and you are?
I'm David. Pleasure meeting you guys.
And where are you from, David?
From Russia with love.
Okay, and you live here now?
And I live here now with pleasure.
Okay. Decision, what do you got?
Decision.
What was your best decision, biggest decision?
Best decision in my life is to be here, is to come here.
To come to America?
Yeah, to come to America. And it took 16 years, and I went through so much that Americans will skip it because they won't get the depth of that suffrage. It's terrible. And you know, if you come to America legally, it's not easy.
Not easy.
It
took you 16 years.
Yeah, however, I came here, next day I got a job because I came here legally. No hoops, no, are you a foreigner? You don't know language? They gave me a job. They gave me a 1-month course, $5 an hour though.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave me a 1-month course in nursing assistance. And in 6 months I became a supervisor. I still couldn't speak English. I remember one English concern. It just so, my girl worked under my supervision, and she used to say, David, could you do that for me? And I was so mad inside. What do you mean for you? I came here to do things for the patients.
Okay.
And you see, it's an American thing. Could you do that? Just help me.
Yes.
And I thought, it's just, I have to do it for you. I was so mad.
Okay.
So funny.
So there's a little translation thing going on in there.
Yes. Lost in Translation. You remember that movie?
One of my very, very favorites.
Very good movie. And
Yes.
I can tell you, until now, enjoying this country, loving my friends, John Daly, one of the best ones. We met 20 years ago, or more, 25.
More than that,
yeah,
30 maybe.
And I can tell you that it's just amazing experience.
Well, that's good.
Amazing. Americans are unique. They don't even realize how good they are.
I think we realize it. I think we
I
do realize
don't think
it.
so. I'm a big traveler. You name the country I was there. I mean, literally. Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, Europe, of course.
Sure.
Caribbean, no matter what. The best day of any trip is landing back at home.
In Minnesota.
It's so familiar. It's so relaxing. It's so nature respect, people respect. It's so well. I don't care what you do, just be good. I love it.
That's a great answer. David, thank you very much.
Thank you for I wouldn't say inviting me, but making welcoming
yes, very
gestures.
Much so. Very
All
much so.
my 30 years in America. God bless America.
God bless America.
I will stand for it forever.
All right. Thank you.
Well, what a beautiful day, and we had a lot of people stop by today.
We did, and I was a little bit surprised. So many people came by and they would say things like, I've made decisions, but none of them are really very important or, earth-shattering in any way. And then they'd say, I guess it was the time I was nominated for an Emmy.
Or they moved from New Zealand.
Yeah, or I joined the Peace Corps or something. Well, those are big.
They are big.
I decided to be a nurse during the pandemic.
Right.
I decided to be a nurse, and then the pandemic hit. Some of those are very interesting the way they came out like that.
Yeah, really interesting. And the other thing that was interesting, people stop and they stop by and they share their life story.
They stop and look at the question and pause for a minute and then come up and give us an answer.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's great.
Well, thanks for joining us.
If you enjoy what you see, hit like, please subscribe, and leave us a comment.
And we'll see you on the next episode.